Someone else has something going on, that the disruption come up, and I'm going to have to go in and put some energy in to help. Normal Mars and Scorpio, you challenge me, I'm going to compete. I got to do something. I can't leave that alone. Okay, so apply how you apply energy, how you do things, how you just make things happen. This is Mars. So wherever it is in your chart, you're going to be extra aggressive or active, and you're going to tend to force things or push things, especially in the houses. The houses, you're going to push that area. You're going to make things happen there, and you're going to get battles there or forces there. You're going to be perhaps a little over aggressive or over forceful there. The challenge is to be successfully forceful or healthfully strong there. But so there's different interests for how it comes. I have my, so, okay, just Mars rising. We'll start going here. If it's rising or setting, are you projecting and instigating your Mars, or are you reacting? If someone's bugging you, it can get you to do all sorts of things because you're bugged by something and you have to fix it. You have to do something, or someone's calling, hey, what are you doing? What's happening? Oh, I got to go. And you can be influenced by other people. Very much if Mars is setting, you're reacting to others. You're trying to do things in reaction to others. That's very useful. That's very, people appreciate it, unless you're angry in reaction to others. But there is that reactive point. There is that interreaction that's noticeable. I only did it because they did it. Well, I'm doing this. Everybody's doing this. Why can't I do it? Like it's just this. But the rising Mars is very different. Rising Mars has to project. I got to do it. I'm just going out and doing this. Robin Ware, you can't do this. It's too late. I'm doing it. If you do that, you're going to get in trouble. Well, catch me. So like, you're a teenager, you're going out on a date. Your parents can say, I want you home by midnight or by 10 or 11 o'clock. Says the party doesn't even start till then. So you're going to be fighting right away. So the rising sign is not going to listen. They're just going to go push and probably get in trouble around. The setting Mars would more likely find out some complication or some way of extending it some way or another. Some issues, but they come in, they're still doing things, but they're going to be a little bit more sensitive to the implications of what's being done. When the rising may not be so sensitive to the implications of what they're doing, they just know they got to put this energy out. They want to, so your rising side is the side where you're coming from your sleep, from your personal motivation, from your integrity, and you're trying to put energy out into the world to get people to notice you, to affect people, so you can get friends, enemies, so you can build up a status and accomplish something in your life, in your day, in the next hour. So Mars that's that side of our chart. If Mars is on there, it's going to be a little more aggressive, a little more assertive. It's going to push things. I got to do that. I'm doing this. You're not asking about it. You're just doing it to make your mark, to prove things. Hey, look at me. Boom. But it's not even saying that. It's just doing it and competing. Someone else is there. I got to fight that. I got to do that. So the energy is driving to project from my home out to the world to prove, to see what I can do. What kind of job can I get? Who can I know? What can I do? What team can I be on? Where can it's going to push that whole side. You have plan anywhere in there. It's still going to push that whole side of your chart and all of those interests to express yourself, to get the things you want, to be physical and healthy, assertive identity, to learn to not put Mars in dangerous places. Like there's a part where you can put energy out and it's real trouble in the 12th house, hurts other people. So you have to learn how to not hurt or how to help. Then the Mars goes up into the 11th. As it moves up to the 11th, you're dealing with friends, and the 10th is career. So people who like what you're doing and connect you to other people to do it, you get things accomplished. Doers can get things accomplished. So that Mars is adding itself to the whole side of that chart. Even if it's any one of those houses, it's still, I got to get up, I got to make something happen. Nobody's going to make it happen for me. I got to do it. Okay, so if I get broken or I get hurt or I get sick, I got to sit back and I can't do things. It's not bothering me so much that I'm not seeing this person, that person. It's that I'm not getting out of here. I can't. Something's bugging me and it's affecting my rising. I have to fix that. I can just give some examples around it, but hopefully it's enough to trigger off your ability to see the same, similar examples or other different types. You have your own experiences. You know, the setting Mars, does things in response to others to match other people to this needs to be done. Okay, the rising is going to do whatever needs to be done. I can do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. But they're doing it, but not really so sensitive about how everybody is working with them or how people are reacting to them or how they're going to react to it. They're just into the doing it more. Whereas the setting side a little more sensitive to, can I do this for you, or do you want me to do this? Okay, I'll do that. They need the input to really, get going. So you could check it out with kids. Who stands up first? Who crawls first? Who stands up? Who walks first? Who projects to do it? Who needs encouragement to do it? So right now we're not looking at fast or strong or weak, because you can be strong rising, you can be weak rising. If it is, you have other challenges that are going to come at your life because of how you're putting your energy out. So it's really, in the whole thing, and the integrative is tied up to what your needs are, what security is, how you've eaten, what you're living, how you think, how alert you are, and what your values are, what you choose, and what you want, and what your desires are. What do you want? And then you're going to go do it. So if you get dangerous wants, you want to get even. You want to score with the neighbor's partner. You do bad things. Like the Venus is the wanting it, that's the lust, and the Mars is going out to get it and is accumulating experiences with the repercussions of it. So whatever you're doing, there's going to be repercussions. My rising Mars, there's going to be, okay, I'll take my best shot. Take your best shot. Let's see what happens. Or if I'm really blocked, there's no fair. How could this be? I'm pumped up to really fight it again. How do I regroup and fight? Or how do I get out of here? But it's the setting side, this responsive side, it's responsive strength. It's let's do this together. You're doing that? Okay, let's do this. It's a little more teamwork. It's a little more doing things for the kids, for the partner, with it in conjunction. This needs to be done. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's a little bit more responsive and reactive and selective. I don't know if I'll do that. That might affect someone. It might be easier to see who they're affecting or who's fighting with them. I want to get out of the fighting mode. It's just more the applying energy. But if you're trying to encourage someone to go, you got a couple of kids going to school. One of them has the Mars rising, one has the Mars setting. If the Mars rising isn't there, they're going to be doing something else and being so busy, it's going to be hard to get them. You're going to have to almost fight to get them to go. They're not they're not reacting to it, but at the same time, once they get going, they're just going. Like with the setting, there's a need for some encouragement or some feedback. Time to go, come on, we got this together. Okay. And there's a need to feel in context some way. So the desire to do things to increase your relativity or your sense of relativity to others. I did this, I belong here, I'm part of this, I'm doing this, or just to prove yourself. That rising setting, it's in it. Like, I guess really I should have all the examples of people here for this class, but there's so much on each level of classes. This is as far as I've got. I've looked at them, I've worked on my own chart, I've worked with different people's charts, and I've checked it out somewhat, but really research needs to be done for getting 40 or 50 charts rising and setting, and then observing the people and seeing how it is. So we have examples to show. Right now you're having to take this jump yourself. Is it true? Can I see it? And you may see it in a slightly different way than I'm explaining it, because I'm explaining it with a few ideas right now. There's so many ways to use energy. So many spin-offs of it, how good, how bad, how much effort, why, like all of these things. So Mars is your energy, what you're attracted to, what you're trying to do, how disciplined you are. These are Jupiter and Saturn things coming in affecting your Mars. So your inner confidence affects your Mars, the outer circumstance, the outer situations, and how you've gained your experiences. By the time we're 2, we all pretty well have learned to stand up and walk around and get in trouble of some sort, do things. By the time we're 6, we're heading out of school, we're running, we have, but it's differentiated more what's strong, what's not, where we are in the pecking order of things. And then as we start going out to school, we start running into different energies again, and our Mars is going out there, but we're getting different reactions, we compete with different things. So by the time we're 12 or 13 years old, we've been through 6 cycles, and everybody's cycles of experience become slightly different. They start accumulating more experiences that they've done and things they've done that other people haven't done. So the people who've done a whole bunch of things are going to have different friends than people who've done very little or more modest things. So who you attract as friends, who you do things with, what you're being part of. Nowadays, everybody's kids are just on the computer, and how do you get them to be physically active? It's almost really detrimental to just be on the computer all the time and not doing anything physical. So the effort is you have to almost, as a parent, you have to limit the hours and make sure they're going out and being challenged or being pushed to go do things and to be physical, play some sports. So the same attitude of going out to play sports, to get to school, to be involved, to be part of a team, to work at an office, to be doing something for someone you love or you're caring for. You're making love, you're falling asleep, or you both fall asleep, you're going to be, it's early morning and the doorbell rings. Who goes up to get it? There's Mars. Two people there, who's got the adrenaline to go do it? Or who doesn't want to bother? So like stupid little things. These are powerful issues, how we use our Mars. So when we have stressful Mars to each other, it's going to be competitive. It's not going to be so peaceful, but it can be highly adrenaline and get a lot done, but not be peaceful. So if you're not living peacefully, how long do you live? Life is a life and death process. How much have you done? What are you doing? What's up? Do you know what you're doing? Are you doing that? Oh yeah, I got into that. So like it's Venus is like singing. You can't half sing. You got to put it out. Mars, it's like dancing. You're dancing or you're playing or you're not. You're into it or you're not. And all the shades of half into it or that comes into it too. But it's not, if Mars is passive, there's an inhibition or reflection or a repression or something's been hurt or something's held back, that energy is still going to build up in someone. So that'll come, you see temper, you see anger, you realize someone's wound up and they're having trouble doing something or they're pushing too hard because they haven't learned to do it smoothly. Even on a hockey team, you're going to have the super aggressive that are ready to fight and start the fights. Then you have the fast, agile ones who wouldn't want to fight at all. Okay, but between man can do it or women do it, Mars is for men and Venus is for women. It's not like that. We all have Mars. We all have Venus. How much am I going to do? What am I going to do for you? How strong am I? I can do anything. How satisfied am I? What am I going to get? What do I want? That's Venus. We all have Venus. So they're always moving around, changing their circumstances, and we're dense into it. Oops. So I know this starts off really general, but it's just this simple general association. It's almost more valuable because it stops you from just making a quick judgment. Oh, Mars is in your seventh house, so you're always going to have fights with your marriage. It's not exactly that. You might have to have an active marriage. You have to be doing things. There might be a some certain competitiveness with it, but it's not necessarily bad. Okay? It might be more active than indulgent. So, like, there's always these different sides of the experience, putting things out, making things happen. That's Mars. At any level and in each house and in each way, that's always going on. And it evolves and devolves and evolves again, or it spirals up, it spirals down. We ascend, we descend, and we gradually learn from experience. Some people you wonder about if they ever learn from experience. But, whoa. Wow. There's so many things that we can do. It's hardly a restriction. If I can't do this, I'm going to do this. There's hardly room for boredom.